Well, hello everyone. This is Matt with Matt's Models and More. It's good to see you. If this is your first time tuning in, please like and subscribe. This is a channel dedicated to model making on the automotive side. I do go over tips, tricks, how-tos, reviews, and speaking of reviews, I've got 9 different tools that I've either had in my stash before or I've recently added that I have not shown y'all yet. So I want to go over those, let you know if it's worth it to have on your bench. So speaking of that, let's check it out. Looking for the best aftermarket parts and accessories for your model? Look no further than MCV Products. Bring your models to life at mcvproducts.com. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the bench. Please keep in mind before I go over these tools, some of these, of course, y'all have. Some of these y'all have seen before, but just haven't gotten. And so let's not ruin it for everybody else. We do have a lot of newcomers, and I do want them to know what is available out there. So the very first one I want to start with is a good filing system from Tamiya. I did just add these. I've been using this cheap one that came with a kit, and it's not very good. It doesn't work very good. I mean, it gets the job done, but it takes a long time. It's super coarse, and sometimes it's hard to kind of grab because it just jags and catches on to the plastic. So I've been using these, and as you see, I've been using these on resin, and man, it takes resin down super fast. And as anybody knows that's dealt with 3D parts, that can be a task in itself. But you got different sizes here. You've got different shapes. The grit on these are pretty aggressive. So you do want to go, they call them basic files, of course. This is a nice tubular one. So you do got to be careful when you do them because they can, this one's not as aggressive. I haven't used this one yet, but this would definitely help you get into some tight areas and those curved spaces. So that right there is number one that I've gotten that I wanted to share with y'all. That's a really good one. Number 2, Dspiae has come out with this little sander, and let me tell you guys, of the 9 things on here, this is the one I would say absolutely get. These are, you know, this is a if needed basis. So I would say, I meant to tell you, that's a 5 out of 10. That's just something I think you should have, but it's not a necessity. This right here, necessity. You've got all these different tool heads to use, different shapes, different patterns. You have all this different grit in here. And just to give you an idea, let me pour these out because I want y'all to see these. These are amazing. It comes with kind of like a list of your grit. And as you can see, well, it's upside down, you can start at 180 and it goes all the way up to 1500. And I've been using a 180 here recently. Here's all your different ones. They come with a sticker. They're sticky. You just peel it off, put it on the head. Here's an example of the heads that they come with. You can get different sizes, different shapes, and you got a nice array of them. You even have a curved one to kind of help you get in those concave areas or convex areas even. But this right here, since I've gotten it, I've had it now maybe 3 weeks. I've charged it once, and just to show you how it works, you just push this once, cuts on. Within 3 seconds, you got to change the speed. So if I cut it on, that's low, higher, highest, and then off. But I mean, it's so, it doesn't vibrate my hand. I can get in those areas, and it really does all the hard work for me, especially in corners, stuff like that. It's hard to get to. I mean, this right here is awesome. And I want to say it was, I'm not even going to quote the price because I've been wrong. There's so many things to go over. It will show up on the screen here. And to all of these items, I want to say, of all 9, I think 8 of them are on Amazon. All of them might be as well. Oops. So definitely this is one that I say it's a must-have. It's from Dspiae. Dspiae makes awesome products for the hobby. And I'll put that link in the description. Comes in this awesome little case. And I would say 100% get this. Okay, number 3 is a handheld vise. I don't know if any of y'all have these or not. I've had this now for a while and I use it a lot. If I'm not using my big vise that I've got, the plastic one that is used, I mainly use for my motors, I'll set in there. This was cheap, 10 bucks. But this, right, oops, my sticker's coming off. This right here is so handy because, of course, you can adjust it, make it tighter if you want. But I've used it for multiple things. The number one thing I use it for is flattening photo etch. So sometimes I'll get photo etch stuff and y'all know how that can bend up or get crinkly. I'll put it in there and just clamp it down and basically just flatten it with the tip there and it's fixed. So I don't have to worry about that. But I also use it for things like, let's say if I had something on a toothpick and it was really small, or even not even on a toothpick, let's say if it's on the sprue itself, it makes it easy to hold and paint to do things. So this comes in handy. Also like that, you know, you can set it up like that or on the side. I use it on the side most of all. So if I have something on there, and it's got some pretty good weight to it, so it stays put, but it acts as a desk vise and a handheld vise. So a little bit different than this one from the previous reviews I've done. So this right here is a no-brainer. On a scale of 1 to 10 of having on your bench, I would say this is an 8. Not as high as that Dspiae sander, but this right here is it's a pretty essential tool. So 80% worth having on your desk. I say get that. Number 4, here we go. All right, so I put these two together, and I got both of these for Christmas, and I asked for them. I needed some. I've been using regular scissors here for certain things, like maybe cutting styrene if I'm not using a ruler and a X-Acto knife. Sometimes I'll just cut out a basic shape with the scissors, and I wanted some precision scissors, and Fiskers comes out with these nice precision scissors. They don't move at all, even if you have them in styrene, but they cut all the way to the tip. I can come in here and actually get right in something really tight. But from the beginning to the end, nice smooth cut. It's got these great handles on it and the spring, of course, and you can lock it if you want to keep it in the lock position. I have a holder up on my wall that they stay in like that. So, but this right here, Fiskars stuff can be kind of expensive. If you know their products, you can get them from, I think, either Home Depot or Lowe's. But their stuff can be expensive because of their blades. Their blades are super, super sharp. So that's a plus right there. On a scale for this one of 1 to 10, I'd say this is a solid 7 or 8 as well. Then I've got the I don't know how you pronounce that. Xuron. I know X can be pronounced as a Z. Xuron.com. I got these on Amazon as well because they were in my cart for Christmas. But these are precision snippers for photo etch or getting the tiny stuff off of a sprue that you can't get to with your nippers. Sometimes the blade on these are thick and hard to get to, but these long-nosed ones and how sharp they are at the tip makes it really easy to get in those fine areas. So on this one, I would say this is a solid 9 to have, because there's been times on those sprues that I cannot get to this without damaging the item, but these did. So this is what I say is a must-have. So far, the Dspiae sander and these right here, add to your desk, or add to your bench, I should say. All right, so this, another shameless plug, and the reason why is if you haven't seen my previous video about these, I had a video that I'll post right here about this tool. And like I said, I was so excited about this tool. Matter of fact, if you look at Left Coast Models, Paul, he does the coffee, oh shoot, a bunch of creators do the Sunday morning coffee, and Paul started that, but he's got one now, and he loves it. And I bought into the company. No joke. I love this tool so much. Go to this link right here that I have in the description. Use my code, save some money. It's not expensive at all, but this will beat any Dremel tool that you have or can use. This is the perfect hobby Dremel tool. I say Dremel. Dremel is a brand, multi-purpose tool. Katurk is the name. So, guys, I do receive a commission when you buy them, of course, because I am with the company. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And I am not, if you've seen in my videos, I'm not going to tell you to buy something if I don't stand behind it. This is the iPhone of multi-tools. I'm telling you. Use this link, buy this. Shameless plug, guys. It's not even shameless. It's just that good of a tool. Ask Paul. All right. That was number, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is number 5. Now, you look at this and go, what kind of lipstick's in there? It's not lipstick. And I asked for this for Christmas as well. So this ended up in my stocking because I saw it and I said, wow, with the woodworking I do, this can be real handy on my bench. And it's basically like a, what do we call it in the woodworking industry? But it will bore a hole and it can start super small. And when you twist it, it actually pulls it out, so you can put it in something. Make either a you want to start a drill. You can use this to start your drill, making a pilot hole, or you can actually use this to slowly get to the size hole you want by twisting it, because it's going to curl out that plastic. Now, this does not work very well on resin. I have tried it on resin and it cracks it. So this is definitely for styrene. But if you're a styrene master, this is something I'd say definitely get, because I have used this a lot. And these are staying sharp because you're only going through plastic and not wood. This can be used for either. But I love this. I would say this is something I highly recommend as well. And you're going to find it useful, because there's times where you make a hole in something and you thought it was big enough to put your wire through, or another, let's say another piece of sprue. If you're pinning something with another piece of sprue or a rod, and you just need a little bit bigger, you can go into that little hole and just slightly turn it, and it makes it just a little bit bigger to be able to fit it in there without damaging anything. This is a must-have, guys. If you do scratch building at all or do wires for your engines, this is a must-have. I'll put the link in the description for this. So that's 3 that I'd say. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th thing that I'd say you absolutely got to have. And at the end, I'll put all of them back on the desk that I think that you absolutely want to make your hobby easier. Okay, this next one, I give a shout out to Nick Hamby. He is a follower of mine, but he's also a friend. I consider him a friend. Me and him talk quite a bit, whether on Messenger or if I see him at a show. But he did something that was so nice. He saw this on another channel, and Nick, you told me to use the other channel as a shout out, and I actually forgot what it is. But this is a tool for straining your paints. So you would put this in there, and these little my good screens, my goodness, words are hard. These screens fit in here, and it can be kind of difficult to get them in there, but it works. Once you get them in there, it works. I've actually used the same one multiple times. So I mean, that's almost a lifetime of them. So you put those in there, and then this fits in your, of course, let me fix this. This fits in your cup. That way, when you're putting your paint in there, you're screening it out, making sure there's no junk in there. I thought that was really cool of Nick to give me that. Shout out to you, Nick. I told you a long time ago I was going to give you credit for that, and look how long it took. I had so many projects going on. But I got something else that somebody gave me that is outstanding. This came in the mail. I did not get these at a show or anything, but these are different sized cup strainers. So you got a 150. I don't know why it gives you two 150s, but it had two 150s, a 200. Man, this is big right here. Well, that says 200 as well, but those are both obviously different sizes. If anybody knows why that is, maybe the 150 is not the size. That could be a part number. Yep, because there's some more 150s. But these right here fit perfect for this one and the 200. Some are a little bit wider and some are thinner. That one fits in there perfectly, and that's the one I'll be using. But they fit in there great. Put your paint in there, strain it, clean it, put it back in your little cup here. So I thought that was pretty cool. On a scale 1 to 10 for these, I would say this is a must-have. A lot of people will use those paper filters, and they're super large and kind of bulky. They do make smaller plastic ones or the silicone ones to put in there, but honestly, I like this stainless steel. It's just going to be so easy to put that in there, and then easy to clean off as well. When you're cleaning out your gun, just go ahead and clean this off with some lacquer thinner, and you're good to go. So I'll put the description in there. This was on Amazon. I did find these as well. Whoever sent me those, I really appreciate it. There was no name, but I really appreciate it, and they told me thank you. So I'll put the link in the description for that as well. On a scale of 1 to 10 for this one, definitely a 10. Because you definitely want to strain your paint every time. All right, number 8. Look at this. How cool is that? You know what this is for? This is for flocking. So get the flock out of here. No, this is for real. This is for flocking powder. It's not made for that, but it works perfect for that. So you take your flocking powder, put it in there, close it up, and then just tap it everywhere you need it. And I love that it's spring loaded, so it's easy, and it's also easy to clean it up. You just run it under some water and it's good to go. You don't get any glue or anything on it. You can get as close as you want and just tap, 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 and use all the flocking powder you want. Now, this one doesn't get me as excited as the other tools. This is kind of a, needed basis. If you do a lot of flocking, sometimes I will use felt for my carpet and paint it the color I want, to give it that 70s vibe with the loops, because that felt, when you look up close, has a loop pattern in the felt. So it looks like 70s tight knitted looped carpet. Flocking gives you more of that texturized, super thin. And just to give you an idea why I use both, this linking that I'm working on, because I had to build a floor, and the floor is textured and my styrene is not. Instead of the felt, because I got to be able to shut the door, I am going to use flock for that particular car. So there is cases where you do need to use them and cases where you don't. All right, so we're on the last one, and this one doesn't get me excited as well, but this is something that I think you need to have on your bench. Yep, good old-fashioned mason jars. Let me show you. If you decant at all, I decant a lot. This is Tropical Glitz. This is the Candy Apple Red, and I will decant in here, and then I'll let it gas out by leaving the lid, just a little bit on for like a couple hours. Come back, stir it up, make sure you want to decant until all the bubbles are gone, and this is ready to spray now, and I've already used it. You'll see a car here pretty soon. But these cannot be underestimated, and it's not just for paint. I use them for thinner. I will fill this up with lacquer thinner, keep a tube nearby if I'm working on something that I need to clean off a brush, or my silicone. These right here, if I need to clean these off, the lacquer thinner in here, put it in there a couple times, dry it off with a paper towel. It's that easy. So you can use you can use this for multiple things. Anything you want to use. Mod Podge, you can put some Mod Podge in here. You use that a lot. Water. I mean, good old-fashioned mason jars are good to have, especially if you're decanting and stuff like that. So, all right, so let me cut and come back to the bench with the 5 that I say absolutely 100% order. Put them in your arsenal of tools. They need to be on your bench. you may have been doing models for years and gotten away without using these, but if you want to make your life easier and just have the tools there when you need them, and they're not expensive. This is not going overboard and buying stuff just to buy it. This right here, cutting tool, like I said, must have. Again, here's my code. Save yourself some money. Get this tool. It's going to save you 10%. You got to have that on the bench. The Dspiae sander, this is indispensable to me now that I've gotten it. I don't know how I got away building without having this tool, because this is just awesome right here. So the Dspiae sander, the Precision long nose cutters, sprue cutters, indispensable to me now that I've used it. Same thing with the hole bore is what I basically call it, or a doggone it, pilot hole. Basically start your pilot hole for any hand drilling you may be doing, or even using your multi-tool for drilling, which I've used that as well. And then last but not least, the screens for cleaning or making sure that your paint is strained properly before you put it in the cup of your airbrush. So guys, that is it. Those are my top 10 new tools. These are my 5 that I say must have. I will put a link to the description for each and every one of them. Sometimes, let me let you know that I can't put the actual, let's say this was a tool on Amazon and I put the link in there. That link sometimes is a paragraph or too long. I don't know why they do that. So sometimes I may do just a short link that has multiple ones of these. Just find this one. Just find this one. And it's 0 to 14 millimeter and it's gold. And I think they can get them in 2 or 3 different colors. So please understand, if you click on the link and it takes you to Amazon, it may show 10, 15, 20 different items. That's so I can make the link shorter to fit in the description, so you're not scrolling down for 10 minutes looking for something. So keep that in mind, guys. Again, thank you for allowing me to do this review. I appreciate it. Again, we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, which is mind-blowing. Once we hit that number, we're going to have a huge giveaway. Like I said, probably $1,000 worth of goodies. So keep on liking, keep on subscribing, and until the next time, keep on rolling.